What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining Shooting Gallery New England. Today we got a special video for you. Sorry it's been a little bit since we've had like a hard video, but today we're going over the Glock 44 and 22 LR. Let's check it out. Now, before we get into any of the shooting footage and or the review of this handgun, I do want to let you guys know we are doing this in a safe location. So for YouTube's purposes, we are wearing our eyes and ears. We are making sure we are following all the safety rules, all that good stuff. This gun was function chest when we were handling it before we put the live ammunition in it and all that good mumbo jumbo. So let's get to the video, okay? Alright guys, so the Glock 44 is essentially Glock's answer to all the 22 LR handguns that are on the market today. We've been waiting for this gun forever. This got released about a couple years ago, and it is essentially a 22 LR version of the Glock 19. It's a little bit slimmer, a little bit shorter. Comes with a 10-round mag. We're going to get into specs in a second, but before we get into all the specs and all the other mumbo jumbo, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Cape Gunworks at 96 Airport Road in Hyannis, Massachusetts. They were gracious enough, as always, to let me use the spare range and the range gun. So if you are in the Hyannis, Massachusetts area and you want to at least try out the Glock 44 as a Massachusetts resident, please check out Cape Gunworks. Every Tuesday is Free Rental Friday, so you don't have to pay to rent the gun. We have it on the rental wall, or if you want to consider picking one up, there's a link in my description. It takes you to my link tree. And if you use a special discount code, you can find it in the link tree. You can save yourself some money and it helps support the channel. So, the Glock 44, let's check it out. Here's some shooting footage. So guys, I'm going to be honest, the Glock website to get the legitimate specs on this handgun, I'm not a fan of. It's hot garbage. But what am I going to do? I don't run the media over there, so hey, they're going to do what they're going to do. But what I can tell you for specs on the Glock 44 is that it is a 22 LR polymer frame striker fire handgun. Overall length is about 7¼ inches. Has a 4.02 marksman barrel on it, so they're trying to say it's like a Gen 5 marksman barrel, what they're putting in the new Gen 5 barrels. You get two 10-round magazines. It does not come with a threaded barrel. It's a little bit slimmer than the Glock 19. If you really need the spec, I can annotate that, or just, you know, hit me up and I can get you a full spreadsheet. But those are essentially the specs on the handgun from what I can find on the World Wide Web. Do with that for what you will, and again, if you guys don't like the specs part of these videos, let me know. Let's get into some rapid fire, see how that does. Now we got some accuracy, a little bit better than what I expected. Now, I shot about 100 rounds, give or take. It was about 10-15 yards. Most of my shots were about here. This is me just kind of figuring out where my hold was when I first shot the gun. Now, this, we were using CCI mini mags, which I was really surprised because usually mini mags are like the go-to 22 LR pistol ammunition, as I have that little, small hiccup there. Getting back to videos, guys, if you can't tell. So most of pretty much all here is mini mags. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just me. I'm not used to shooting the gun. I will say shooting the gun, which I will get into pros and cons in a minute. So stay tuned. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. Tell all your friends about it. There's a bunch of ways to help support the channel. So please make sure you're liking this so we can get YouTube to bump this number up. So I decided, okay, I picked up some, I think it's called like Super Match or the Aguila 40 grain. It might be Super Mag, I don't know. It's the yellow and red box that Aguila makes. And I will say the accuracy did improve. Again, it's about 10-15 yards. The sights, god awful. If you can replace the sights on the Glock 44, I would. They have the cheap plastic sights that come with most Glocks. Not a fan of them, but it's a fun gun to shoot. Let's get into some pros and cons, and we'll let you know what really is the difference between this and many other handguns. Now guys, when shooting new guns, I get to shoot different guns all the time at work. It's a blessing and a curse because I've shot pretty much every 22 LR on the market thanks to Cape Gun Works, because they have literally almost every 22 LR that is a copy or like is a rimfire version of some popular concealed carry 9mm. So I've tried them all. Pretty much them all except for like those like stupidly expensive race guns. So I was kind of a toss-up. I love my Glock 19. I've shot it for many years. I have thousands of rounds to my Glock 19, so I thought I would love to shoot a Glock 44. This isn't the first time I've shot a Glock 44, I might add. I will leave a link or like a card up here to where I was hanging out with my buddy Tiberius Gibb. Great channel, by the way. Go check him out. First time I could shoot that is when I was shooting with him. About 2 years now. I actually got to reach out. We got to do some content soon. But I did try his, and I kind of had the same feeling when I shot that. He also said the same thing. Now, pro, I will say, MSRP of this gun is in line with many 22 LRs. It's coming in at around $430. You might find that for cheaper. Give or take, it's say 30 bucks. You know, sometimes some places will have blowout sales and you'll be able to get it for 400. It all depends on what you're looking for. Most people are synonymous with going with Glock on any type of handgun depending on the shooting they're doing. But it's in line with things like the SR22 that's coming in at around $425, the Walther P22, which is around $445, maybe $430, you know, just in that competitive price point. So I do like that as a pro. Another thing is that it does have a 10-round mag. Unfortunately, Glocks are really hard to get in Massachusetts, but in other states, Glock is kind of going with, you know, a 10-round mag, so it's easier. I guess Pro Mag is making 15-round mags. Wouldn't recommend trying them. I haven't tried them personally, but that's just something I've noticed from doing some research on the gun. So at least Glock is trying to adhere to some places that have either roster issues or magazine capacity issues, which is very rare, but it is a pro in my book. It's light. I will say that thing is light, easy for new shooters to use. Now, let's get into the negatives or the cons of what I don't like about this gun. I said before, I hate the sights. I think these sights are god-awful. It is just astonishing that they're not even throwing, you know, TFX Pros. Most people want to crap on True Glow TFX Pro night sights. I think they're great to get you started into different sets of sights. All right, come with, or how about this? Better sights like, you know, metal sights. Not that hard to ask. It doesn't come with a threaded barrel from the factory. Everybody is using suppressors now. Since I'm in Massachusetts, I can't have suppressors. But for the 43 other states that allow suppressor ownership, I will say, it's kind of a big F up. Like, you want to like provide it. You know, for now they might have them coming factory from the factory with threaded barrels, but still, at launch it didn't come with a threaded barrel. This one doesn't have a threaded barrel. People are going to want to suppress 22s. Kind of a con. I don't know. Maybe I'm just nitpicking, but I kind of like to see as a whole. If you guys have suppressors or shoot 22 suppressed, shoot down in the comments. We'll get a conversation started and see if you feel the same way I do. Another big con is that I was surprised at the accuracy. I'm usually pretty good at shooting 22s. I've shot, like I said, pretty much every 22 pistol on the market. Wasn't a big fan of the accuracy, but I think if I had a little bit more range time, we're going to do a comparison of the SIG P322 coming up. I have to just make a couple small quick edits for that video, and we'll get that out soon. Now, another big problem I see with this gun, it does not come optics ready. SIG was smart in releasing the P322 optics cut. I don't know why Glock has not got on the bandwagon of optics ready models. I think if that gun had an optic, it would far outweigh some of like the small minor accuracy issues, and it would help a lot of older people or people who have bad eyesight, stigmatisms, shoot that gun 10 times better. Everyone's putting optics on the Glock 19s. This is essentially a 22 LR Glock 19 copy. So I think that was the biggest miss on this entire gun. Who knows though? Maybe they're coming out with an optics ready model soon. We don't know. They did come out with the MOS versions on a lot of their other popular handguns. But it almost feels like this, it was a long anticipated gun, and there was things that they really could have done to make it worth it on release. But that's just me. Check out some more shooting footage and we'll end up closing this video out, alright? So guys, that is about it. I do want to address one thing. I know there was a little bit going around where like people were shooting this gun and the extractor plunger was just shooting right out the slide. I haven't noticed any issues with the gun that's been on the range. A lot of people rent it, so I know it's been shot very much. So again, I think that kind of fixed that kink, but I did just want to address it. I do like the gun. Would I buy it? I'd like to see it come with a couple different features. Me personally, I wouldn't buy the Glock 44. It's ironic because I really love Glocks, because we actually have, there's going to be a lot coming in this video, but we got the Polymer 80 AFT serialized Glock 17 clone. I have a 19, I have a 19X. Like, I love Glocks. I love them. I would not buy the Glock 44. It was kind of a letdown because if that did ever come on the roster in Massachusetts, I'd be the first one on the list to buy one. Wouldn't buy it. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. You guys might not agree with me. So again, as always, comment down below. Let's get a conversation started. And maybe you guys can change my mind. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Big shout out to Cape Gunworks, 96 Airport Road, Hyannis, Massachusetts. Those guys are the ball bag and all. Yes, they're my employer, but they're cool with me. So that's all good. And again, check out the link tree below in the description. It's going to help you save some money at a lot of places like CapeGunworks. You know. And maybe you can save some money and help support the channel. Please consider becoming a channel member. If you haven't already, it helps keep the lights on and keeps videos like this coming. So thank you so much, guys. Love you. Stay safe. Stay shooting. I'll see you soon. Peace.